Terrence, before we talk about what happened with the clock, take us through the play that Dwayne drew up. It looked like you, even with the deflection, you got a pretty good look.
It was basically kind of a pick-the-picker type scenario. Pat would screen for me, I screened for Kyle, and then I'd come back off Pat. So it worked. I got a good look at it.
Was Kyle an option on that play?
No, for sure. Yeah. Anybody that was going to be open was an option.
Yeah. What did you see? I mean, you pick up the ball after the deflection. Did you peek? How much time did you think you had? How much did you peek at the clock? And
I knew it was at least 2 seconds. So regardless if he tipped the ball or not, I knew I could still take a dribble and get it off. It wasn't like I just had to shoot it right away. So, I mean, I was conscious of the time. So I don't know how, somebody tipping the ball amounts to 0.6, 0. Whatever they said for it to be back. I don't know. It's tricky. I don't know.
So you understand this explanation right now?
Honestly, there's nothing they could say to justify it. I mean, especially for the refs to be so nonchalant about it. That's the thing about it that was really frustrating. But I mean, that was just a bad call.
How much earlier do you think you could have gotten the shot off Terrence if you knew that there was less time on the clock? I mean, were you? I mean, you looked at the clock. Obviously, was there a point when you think, well, if there was less time, I would have taken the shot earlier?
For sure. If it was 0.4, if something like that, if it was less time, I would have probably just went straight to the shot. But I knew I had 2 seconds in a second, so I could dribble, get away, and then shoot. So.
Is there any thought to the fact that if it was a clock malfunction, a human error, whatever, do you at the very least replay the play as opposed to, well, we're going to overturn it and take away the shot even though we didn't I mean, to your point, you didn't even know how much time was left. You know what I mean?
That was the case. They could have gave us back whatever time they thought it was and then started over. But whatever, if it's their fault, that's their fault. Like it shouldn't result in our loss. Like,
to your point, you don't know when to let go of the ball if you don't know that the time isn't actually right.
Like that's their fault. They should have been paying attention or whatever. So.
Terrence, did you see DeMarcus deflect that ball?
Yeah, I saw him deflect it, but I mean, it was still time on the clock for me to get a shot off.